Hey, Jennifer. How are you?
Hey, let me put my earphones on.
All right. We've got about 4 minutes, so we're good. I just wanted to jump on here early just to make
Yes.
sure.
I didn't even have it installed. I had to install it.
Oh, you did.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. So anyway, I think this will be a great new format for us. That'll be really
So is
good.
this going to be on YouTube and all that kind of
It
stuff?
is. It automatically records and uploads to YouTube. I have it as public, but at any time I can change the privacy setting on that. So if we ever do one like this where we really just want it for our team, then I can make that private or I can make it unlisted and then anyone with a link, can watch it. So
Okay.
yeah, so this is kind of cool because it's just going to be a live broadcast and you and I will be the only ones that people can
Talking.
see. Yeah,
Okay.
only ones talking, the only ones that people can see. So, and
Awesome.
yeah, just super easy that all you have to do, everyone else will just be clicking on a YouTube link. So,
Okay. So they won't have video, they'll just have audio.
yes, yes.
Okay.
And so we won't really know.
Hey, what's up, cousin? What you doing?
Chilling.
He is working hard today.
Rocking it.
He is working hard today.
Is
Yeah.
he?
Yeah, so I'm gonna keep a close eye on the time because we're gonna
Okay.
start at 8 o'clock Central. We won't know who else
Okay.
is on yet.
This
So
might be
unless you
good.
yeah, so unless you actually go to that YouTube link, then you can kind of see those people that are joining into the YouTube broadcast. I mean, they can group chat or whatever and stuff. We won't see that unless we had a window open. I don't know
Okay.
how to do that yet. So
Okay.
anyway, so we'll just use your night tonight as
Okay.
a little
Now,
bit of an experiment.
if I put my notes here, can you still see my face? Yeah, because it's not covering that up. Okay. So I've got
Yeah,
all
you're
my
all good.
questions. I've got everything in case I.
You're all good. Yeah, and I've got my notes here too. So I think we're good. Okay, we got about another minute. I'm just gonna pull up. I've been using Paula got me this thing. It's you can't see the writing on it, I don't think. Maybe you can see it like that. She got me this thing called the boogie board. It's like
I've got a
those.
boogie board.
You do? Yeah, I
I
love
use
it.
that with my kids. I tutor.
Yeah, I love it. So it reminds me of those things we had when we were kids that had the little cellophane
Yes.
over it. You write, and then you cleared it by pulling that paper. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
That's
anyway,
awesome.
I've got this with my notes on it, but just in case I do something crazy and like
Yeah.
hit the erase button, then I'm gonna pull them up on my phone.
Good. Good. You're prepared.
Yes, yes, I have learned that I need to have like multiple things because who knows? I just do the craziest things sometimes. So
Hey, can people hear us now?
yes,
Okay. I'll ask you later then.
okay. All right, cool. Well, it is straight up on top of the hour. So I hope we have some people that are joining in with us right now. So welcome to Monday Night Live, our brand new format, streaming live to you through YouTube. So we are super excited tonight. And I am super excited because we have with us as a special guest tonight, brand new Emerald Ambassador Jennifer May. And I am just so thrilled. I think this is actually, the first time that our entire team is hearing from you, Jennifer. So I'm really excited. I know this is so not in your comfort zone to talk in front of people, but I think that just makes you so much more real and relatable. I think so many people can relate to that and just love you for that. And you do an awesome job. So
Thank
I'm
you.
really excited. And so really tonight, I've kind of got some questions outlined for you. and kind of interview style. Let's peek into the world of Jennifer and her journey with
So exciting.
I know, right? Aren't we a little crazy?
Yeah.
We're so crazy.
Yeah.
So anyway, I would love for you to just kind of start off and tell us a little bit about yourself. Kind of who you are, and outside of Plexus, how you got started in Plexus, and maybe a little bit about your journey. Maybe kind of when you started and kind of some of those key parts of your timeline up until now.
Okay. Great. Well, I'm honored to be asked to do this tonight. This is very much out of my comfort zone. I am a teacher, so if you are 10 years old and younger, I'm good. I can talk all day to you, but my peers is a little bit more of a challenge for me. So this is one of my growing things, is getting out of my comfort zone. But I am a former first grade and preschool teacher, and right now I got my dyslexic therapist certification, so I have 3 private kids that come to my house and I tutor them. They're dyslexic, and so that's what I do after school hours, but by day I'm Plexus. But a little bit about and then I guess I should introduce my family too. I have my husband. We've been married 27 years, and I have 2 boys. They're 20 and 23. And they're both still going to college, trying to get them through college. So we're, they're independent, and I'm kind of doing my thing now. So it's kind of, Plexus is coming a good time in my life where I have plenty of time to focus on that. So I really enjoy doing that. So a little bit about how I got started in all this is, Caroline is married to my cousin Josh, and so we were Facebook friends. And Caroline was posting about her Plexus and how she was using it, how it was helping her and that sort of thing, and energy. And I may have messaged her and asked her about it, and I don't remember. It's been 2 years ago. I started 2 years ago last night is when I first signed up as an ambassador. But about 2 weeks before that, I ordered a 7-day trial because I was sleeping all the time. I would come home from school and sleep from 2 to 3, 4 o'clock. And I was tired all the time. And I thought, this isn't normal. I mean, I wasn't that old. And I wasn't in bad health or anything. There just wasn't really any reason. So I thought, I'm going to try this because I wasn't into any diets, or if you tell me I can't eat something, that's going to make me want to eat it anymore. So I wasn't into that. So I thought I'll try this and see if it works. So I got the 7-day trial, and like after 5 or 6 days, I was like, I felt good. I was like, okay, I can do this. This is easy. So, and I got the accelerator also. And so then I thought, well, okay, I'm going to do this. And so I just went on to her website, didn't have a clue what I was doing. And I just signed up as an ambassador because I wanted the cheapest price. I wanted the cheapest price because I was a teacher. So she messaged me. I don't even think you knew, Caroline. Did you know I was even signing up?
I knew you were thinking about it.
Okay.
And so I wasn't sure if you were going to do it or not. Okay. I was praying real hard.
Okay.
Because you were actually my very first ambassador. So right. I was trying to get my team going. And so I was like, okay, she did a trial, and she kind of asked me about how this worked, and I don't know what she's going to do.
Right. Well, I didn't know what I was doing. So I was an accidental network marketer because I've never done anything like this before. I had no clue, no business. Steve handles all of our business, of the home and insurance, everything. He handles everything. I handle the home. He handles the business. So that's pretty much what we've done for 27 years. So after I found out I was an ambassador, and then I'm in these groups, and I'm like, oh my gosh, what is this? So I'm like, okay. But I told Caroline, I said, I'm not selling this. I'm not going to sell it. I just want the cheapest price. That's all I want. I'm not going to sell. I don't know. I think it was like February, I posted something. You had encouraged me just to post and let people know what I was doing. So I posted something on Facebook, and it's funny because my like time hop popped up this morning, and it showed February 1st of 2 years ago, my first post. And
Oh,
it was a
wow.
picture. It was so generic. It was just like a picture of like a pink drink, and it said, "Loving my pink drink." Exclamation point. That was all it said. I was like so nervous because that is totally out of my, I was like, I'm not posting on Facebook. I'm not going to do that. You know, I said everything that I wasn't going to do, which I'm doing now, but you know, all those things you think I'm not going to do that. I'm just not going to do that. So, and I hear that a lot of times from new people that sign, they're like, I'm not going to sell it. Don't even add me to the groups, or just don't announce me to the groups because I'm not selling it. And then, so I was the same person 2 years ago that said that. So, started in with the Slim Accelerator, and then started reading, because you get in all these great groups and learn and read about all this. And I was like, I think I need a triplex. So, read up on that and started in the triplex, and it just changed me, for the better. My whole system, I didn't realize was in such bad shape. So, really, it has been great with that. So 2 years later, here I am. So,
Wow. Wow. That's awesome. And I think I've even heard, yeah, more of your journey tonight than, what we've talked about before. But yeah, I remember, I mean, you're my first ambassador. And so I was like, oh, well, you need to post on Facebook, and
mhm.
I think you told me you weren't selling it, but we didn't really talk about it that much. I just,
Well, maybe I was saying that under my breath. I'm not selling this stuff.
I think I just was like, oh, cool. Somebody
Yeah.
joined my team. And so, all right, I just sent you stuff like, okay, here's what you do, and I'm like, all right, do it. So I don't think it was kind of cool because neither one of us really knew what we were doing. So, we were in it together for sure, for sure. Well, what was the hardest thing for you at the beginning? So you mentioned some of the posting on Facebook. Was that the hardest thing for you at the beginning when you started, working this, kind of starting a business? I think we may have froze up for a second.
You did.
Okay, so we are gonna wait for Jennifer. There she is. She's hopping back in. I think it kicked her out for a second. So, yay, you're
Yay!
back. So I don't know what the last thing was that you heard. I think it might be kicking her out again. I'm not sure. So we'll wait and see, Jennifer, if you pop back in or not.
Back. That was
There you go. All right. I'm going
okay.
to turn
I'm
it over to
going
you.
to switch spots where I'm closer. Maybe my internet will not. Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. So, I'm sorry I lost where we were. Where were we?
Oh, no, that's fine. So I was just,
Okay.
we were just kind of brand new in it together and figuring it out. And so
Yes.
that was kind of fun because we were both brand new. Neither one of us knew what we were doing. I was just literally, a month or so ahead of you. Um, so what was the hardest thing for you in the beginning? I know the posting on Facebook was really not, in your comfort zone. Was that
Right.
the hardest thing, or was there something else that you
I
thought was the hardest thing?
I think that was the hardest thing, was the posting on Facebook. And then, if you remember correctly, and I tell new people this all the time, I was messaging you all the time, asking you questions, because people were asking me questions. I was like, what is this? They're really seeing this. They're really interested. So I really had to dig in and learn. So, that was really kind of, it was either you do it, you figure it out and help people. And so that kind of just, I was nervous about that because people's health, that's important and that's big. That's a big deal. You want to help them, and you have to find out what medications they're taking, that sort of thing. So I was really nervous about that, and the business side of it too. Thankfully, we have the website and our back office to handle all the business side of it. So I would be in trouble if I didn't have that, because I just don't, I'm a teacher. I can teach your kids, but I can't handle your finances. So anyway, that was a little bit that held me back. All of that, if I just would have gotten over that and maybe had a little more knowledge in that area, or been more confident in myself, I think I would have done better with that.
Okay. Well, we all start out that way. We all like go, oh, people are asking me about this, or I want people to ask me about this, so I've got to learn
Right.
something about it so that I can tell them the right thing. And it's so interesting because I think every single one of us, when we started, our scope of what Plexus was so narrow. And that, as you learn and grow, it broadens. And so you learn more about how you can help people and tell them different things. But, I started on just the Slim and Accelerator too. So that's all I really knew about for a little while, and so that was all I talked to people about.
Right.
That and, the Probio 5. So it's really interesting how that works. Well, so I think you started out and, you started getting customers and things like that, and so I think that, from my perspective, that, that made it fun.
It did.
Yeah.
It was exciting when, you like see your name on that leaderboard, because like I said, that was all new to me. And I was like, okay, maybe I can do this, because I don't have a lot of self-confidence. I'm getting better. I'm working on that. But I saw that, and then like people were messaging me, how are you doing this? What are you doing? How are you doing this? And I was like, what? I'm doing what y'all are doing. So I was like, okay, that's good. I can do this. So it was kind of, that. And then one of my mistakes that I made too was not asking my friends starting in. I should have said, okay, let's do this together. Let's learn together. Let's do this together. I didn't even ask my friends to do it with me. You know what I mean? And I wished I would have done that, and we could have learned together, and that would have been the best thing to do. That kind of held me back. Is I believed in the products myself, but I didn't want to bother anybody with them. I didn't want to ask them about it, and I'm just not like that. I'm better. I'll ask anybody now. So so I've really grown in that area.
That's awesome. Well, so this started out, I think, really as just a hobby for you for quite a while. So at what point in your journey did that kind of change for you and go, okay, I'm really going to go for this, and I'm getting really excited. This has been fun, and it's still going to be fun. But at what point was it that you're like, I'm doing this, I'm going to reach Emerald?
Well, it was kind of when a couple of my teammates really started working together and really working the business. And that's when I was kind of like, okay, I think I want to do this. I'm going to put forth effort and really give it my all and do it and be committed to it. And I also, this is one of my challenges too, is the self-comparison thing that, people do in this business, is you compare yourself with everybody. And I had to battle that for a long time, and just like, you can't compare yourself. You just cannot. But that's when I pretty much decided, okay, I'm really going to try to do this. This is fun. This isn't work. This is fun, helping people and helping your teammates and stuff. I love doing that. So really it became fun for me to really try to help people and encourage people and be a cheerleader for people and, get my team going, so.
Yeah, it's definitely, I think that, yeah, when you start to get some people under you that are growing and want to do it, then it's like,
Yes.
oh, this is real.
Yes.
This can be something and more than, I thought it could be before.
Yeah.
So, wow.
Well, and Todd and you both, y'all both say, have you read this book? You need to read this. You need to look at this, and y'all were throwing good things at me. And so I was doing it. And so it's just that we help each other out. So that's, I think, what kind of motivated me is we kind of, as a team, we're all trying to work together and do better because we want to, help our families out financially and that sort of thing.
Hmm.
But yeah, for a long time, I remember going through and you would text me and say, you're 10 points from this level. And I was like, I had no clue. I didn't even know how to look at my points for a long time. I didn't figure all that out. So when I say I'm accidental network marketer, I am. So I've really started figuring it out. And then I don't remember what level I was at when you really sat down with me and showed me the points, 10 points and how to figure all that out because I didn't really understand it. I mean, I knew silver was 3 and I did that. And then, each level. And then when I got to like gold or senior gold, it was like, okay, I want to do this. How do I get to the next level? Then it really clicked and I was like, okay, let's do this.
Awesome. That is really, really cool. So, okay, so from like gold on, so that's when you really kind of like, okay, I'm figuring this out. I'm starting to get serious about it. So, what would you say was your biggest challenge from gold to emerald? I mean, of course, each level brings something new, but is
It
there something that stood out?
Well, as far as personally comparison, I was horrible about comparing myself with everybody. And I would be down one day and say, well, I would say, you're not doing to myself, you're not doing enough. You need to be doing more. Or why can't you do it like this? When I finally quit doing that and quit comparing and realize I'm me and I've got to do this the way I'm going to do it and put my own personality and touches to it, that's when it finally was freeing for me. And I was like, okay, I'm going to do this. The way I feel is the best way for me and my team. And so when I did that, that was very freeing. And I think things got better from there.
That's awesome. Wow. So, just kind of that decision that, all right, I can't keep looking, over my
Right.
shoulder and seeing what
Oh,
other
and
people are doing.
I was very insecure about many things. And once I finally I just kind of was like, okay, you're either going to have to do this or not. And you're going to have to get secure in yourself. And so this whole thing has been personal growth with everything else that comes along with it. Personal growth in my faith has gotten stronger and just, believing in myself. And it helps because you have so many positive people around you cheering you on and congratulating you and, asking you questions. And it's just been a positive experience in that, helping me to be a more secure person. So, in like doing this type thing, I mean, I said I would never do this, talk in front of people. I just not good at it, but I don't mind doing it. It's not that I mind doing it. It's just, it's out of my comfort zone. So I have gotten better. And another great book that I read with my Bible study girls is Crash the Chatterbox by Stephen Furtick. I don't know if y'all have heard that, but it's a great, that chatterbox that you hear in your mind, that negative. It's just kind of tells you that, God wants the best for you. And those negative thoughts and voices you hear, you don't need to listen to them. But it's just a great book. It's hard to sum it up in one word, but it was kind of a game changer book for me because it really helped me realize I've got to stop with the negative self-talk and start, building myself up. so I can help other people.
Wow, that is awesome. That is amazing because I think you're right. I think that that is some of the biggest challenges for every single person in this business is the mind games. And
Yes.
that can come out in different ways for different people, but just that mind game of, just telling ourselves bad things or that we're not good enough or it's not going
Mhm.
to work or nobody's going to want to join us or, we're not good leaders, nobody's going to want to follow us and do what we're
Yes.
doing. I think that is the biggest chunk of the journey is getting through that and coming out on the other side. And
Yes.
when we come out on the other side of that, I think that's when we have the breakthroughs in our
It's
business.
good. And it's huge because at my age, you think you're set in your ways and you're not going to change and you're going to do what you're going to do. But I never dreamed and that I would be doing something like this and changing the way I feel about myself and other things. But through all of this, it's all been a process that's helped me grow as a person. So I'm just, that's been a big thing too for me.
Wow. Well, you have been, I would say, you have been one of the most coachable people, that I've been able to work with. That you are always like, okay, tell me how to do this. Tell me what I need to do, and I will do it, to get to the next level. So we've just, figured things out together and said,
Right.
okay, do this. And so that's something that I just admire you for so much is because you've been so coachable. And you're probably one of the most humble people
Oh,
that I know.
thank
And
you.
I think that goes a long way. I mean, not only just personally, but just a long way in this business is, you know, being humble,
Hmm.
and being coachable and just always knowing that there's more to learn.
Right.
And you've always been that way, throughout the whole
Thank
thing.
you. Thank you.
You're
Yeah,
welcome.
I have, I just, and I'm always open to learn. I think when you close that down, you shut yourself off when you think you know it all. You just kind of shut yourself off to being able to grow. So I never want to be like that. I always want to be able to learn more and find different ways to do things. I'm very flexible with stuff like that.
That's awesome. Well, I've also seen you just be really good at duplication, and the things that, I was learning and that my uplines, were telling me, and then I would tell you and you would duplicate that. And so I've seen you really learn and kind of everything that's been passed down. And I've seen you just turn right around and duplicate that in your personal business and with your team members too, and you're always working your business and wanting to work your business the right way. And that's another thing that I admire about you is you're like, no, I'm going to do this the right way.
Well,
And
I feel like there's a lot of integrity in our team, and I just feel like it's positive, it's good, and I think that you carry that down. So I have great uplines that have helped me, and I just want to duplicate that to my team because I think integrity is so important in this business, and the honesty and that's very important to me. So it's really easy to duplicate when you have positive upline teaching you the right way to do things.
it is. We have awesome uplines for sure. Okay, so talk to us a little bit, a few things. So I mean,
Okay.
and I'll just kind of rattle off some things and I'll let you talk. So what would you say to a new or newer ambassador who's scared to get started?
Okay.
Um, what what would you say to someone who's been working their business but is maybe not all in yet, or they're kind of holding back on themselves? And well, let's just start with that. Let's
Okay.
start with those 2 things.
Well, I wished I wouldn't have waited so long to jump in and really try to do these challenges and that sort of thing. All of the teams are doing and that sort of thing. Don't be scared. Be you. Sharing on Facebook, I was scared to death to do that. But when you look at Facebook, I mean, it's pretty much like everybody's personal blog. They're posting their life, what they're doing, their kids, their dogs, what they're eating, how they feel about something. And if you love the products and you feel strong about the products, why would you not share that with anybody? I mean, I had to get over myself and say, okay, what does it matter what they say about me? If I'm helping one person, that's better than not helping anybody at all, just to show you that, my dog's picture. I'd rather be doing that, which I love to show my dog's picture, by the way. But I also want to help people. And what better way to get it out to so many because of Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and all of the social media we have access to. Why would you not share that? You're not hurting anybody by posting anything. I had to get over that. You're not hurting anybody by doing that. Share what you're learning. Share. Another thing is just asking people. I didn't message people for a long time. I really didn't start doing that probably a year in. I didn't start messaging people and asking them. There was no way I was going to do that. And then I finally had to get over myself and say, what if they say yes? What if they say no? It's okay. I've gotten a lot of crickets. I wasn't hurt by it. They're not hurt by it. So just try to step out of your comfort zone and ask your friends and family about the products and the business side. You don't know what people are going through and dealing with in their life. And you may be just the answer they need. I mean, God may be putting you in their life to answer that, be the solution to the things they need, be it financial or, these supplements that we have. So reach out. Just don't be scared. Once I got over that fear of reaching out, it was freeing for me, and then it's good.
Wow. So what would be your top tips? If you could give a few top things to ambassadors that say, okay, I want to grow my business and I want to reach Emerald. Emerald's kind of that level that everybody talks about because it's the level where lots of things happen. You earn a Plexus Lexus. You get the trip for two to Hawaii, each year. The income just jumps dramatically. And you're already making a good income before that, but it jumps dramatically. So it's kind of that magical level, that everybody talks about. So what would you say are your top things to do?
Well, I'd say the top thing to do is if you're not helping your customers and not checking in on your customers and guiding them, that is very important. That's where I really started out. That's where I really started, is really helping my customers, guiding them, messaging them, talking to them, helping them. And then once you get to that point, and then you start growing a team, once you can, flip those customers into ambassadors, then your team starts growing. So it's so important as you grow your team to help them. You want to duplicate and show them everything they need to know so they can grow their team. So, and another important thing is to get organized. I mean, however it is you get organized, you need to get organized because you've got customers still. You've got lots of team. As you get on up in your levels, you're going to have lots of team members, and you've got to keep up with all of them, and you've got to help all of them, and you've got to help with their team pages and that sort of thing. So you need to get organized. That's very important. So get you a planner or calendar or whatever, and I like when someone orders, you message them, you email them how to take their products, then you check in on them. I think that's so important to keep up with that. And I wasn't very good at the beginning. I haven't always been good, but now I've got a system down. So find a system that works for you so you can check in with your customers and ambassadors and that sort of thing. You've got to get organized with all of this. You may be able to keep it all in your head. I can't. I have to have it down on paper, and Another thing that is great is these team pages and the files and team pages. I mean, they're awesome. They're full of information. I went and started printing off all of the good stuff, learning about my products and that sort of thing. And I kept it in a file. And I just read about things, educate yourself about the business side and, and the products, and you'll learn it. I mean, you'll figure it out, and you can ask your questions. Don't be afraid to ask your upline questions. That's what we're all here for. So use them. And I think getting on those team pages and engaging in those team pages is so important too. Welcoming people and getting to know people and answering questions. I mean, you don't have to sit on Facebook all day, but take time at night, spend, 20, 30 minutes looking at those team pages and welcoming people and reading what people are posting. You learn so much about questions that come up and that sort of thing. So I think just educating yourself and just the team is exciting. I mean, it hasn't even been a week since I've been Emerald. So right now I'm still a little overwhelmed with everything because it just grows even more and more. But, and I'm learning something new all the time. So just be open to all that new learning. Read all you can, get organized. Those are big tips that I would give to people, and as I train people and stuff, I'm like, you're going to have to get a system that's going to help you. So, I believe that anybody can do this that wants to. You just have to put your blinders on and not compare and just do what you need to do. And you'll get there. It may not be as fast as someone else. It may be faster. So just don't compare yourself. Do you, be you, put your own personality to your team and the way you do things, and you'll be successful. But I mean, like they always say, if you treat it like a hobby, it's not going to flourish. I mean, you have to work the business. You do. You have to put forth effort and time, and so that's really that's a lot of tips, isn't it?
Good. Those are good. I love them. And I think that's true. Yeah. If you're wanting to get to Emerald, but you're working your business like a hobby, then that's going to be a really, really long road to hoe. Because you've got
And
to
I did
like
that.
business.
I did that for a long time. Worked it as a hobby, and it was hobby money. It was. But once you turn it into a business, a real business, because nobody's here to make sure I'm minding my office hours. I mean, you're on your own to do it, so you have to have the want to do it.
Mhm. That's awesome. Yeah, I think that's a really good point. We say all the time, you're your own, you own your own business, which is great because you can work it how and when you want it. You've got that flexibility, which is why we love it. But at the same time, there's a discipline that you
Yes.
have to learn because it's not like you're showing up at a job where somebody says, okay, Caroline, you got to be here at, 12 o'clock and this is what this is what you're going to do. And you can go home, at 3 or when you're done. So I think that is the challenge is to take on that ownership and be disciplined. And that's something that I think we learn along the way,
Yes.
unless somebody's already maybe been a business owner and is used to that.
Right. And I think another thing is, I mean, you may get a text message at 9 o'clock at night. Somebody's ready to do this. Somebody is finally ready, is tired of being tired, and they want to know what they can do. Well, you might have to just stop and what you're doing, what that TV show you're watching, and you might have to help them for an hour. And if you're with your kids and you can't do, you might have to I think it's important to tell people that you will get with them first thing in the morning. I think you just have to respond. You have to have your phone with you all the time and be on call all the time, but you don't have to drop everything all the time, every time. But I think it's important to respond back to people quickly, even if it is, hey, I can't right now, I'm feeding my kids or I'm bathing my kids. I will get back to you as soon as I can. I think that's important.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think you're right. Well, this is awesome, Jennifer. I've loved hearing what you have to share.
Thank
Um,
you.
just really have. I've loved seeing your journey, and I've seen you grow just so much. I mean, you were already a fabulous person to begin with, but I've
Oh,
been able to get to know you so much more than we knew each other before. But just to see you progress through this journey and kind of come out on the other side and reach the emerald level. So it's
thank
been really,
you.
really exciting. And it's
It is
so
fun.
exciting for, so yeah, team hashtag Plexus. Yeah, this is an exciting time. Did I say it right?
You
I'm always messing it
did.
up.
No, that's
Yeah,
right.
I did.
Team hashtag.
Yay!
Yeah. Yeah.
Yay!
Well, I
But
couldn't have
it's an
done it without
exciting
all of your
time.
help. You have been
Wow.
a wonderful upline that has guided me. So I just, people need to realize that we're here to help each other out. And that's important, I think.
Yeah, it is. It is. Well, awesome. Well, thank you so much
You're welcome.
for
Thank
being
you
our
for
special
asking
guest.
me. Thank
You
you.
are
I appreciate it.
welcome. You're welcome. So, once we sign off here, you can, okay, calm down. But you say
Yes.
you're not good at speaking, but you are. So you just need
Well,
to,
thank you.
maybe that's the next thing you need to believe about yourself is that you are. So
Thank you. I
awesome.
appreciate it.
So thank you for being our special guest and joining us and sharing with us tonight on our Monday Night Live. So appreciate you and can't wait to see the next thing for you and for your team. So it's
Thank you for
awesome.
having me. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. So good night, everyone. Thanks for joining in on our very first Monday Night Live broadcast. So we'll see what format we use on the next one. We'll test this out. But thanks for joining in and go Plexus, go Freedom Finders, and have a great night. All right, everyone.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you, everyone.